Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. I was asked on a Q&A thread last month to go over just how to get brutally strong on OHP in regards to reps and 1 rep maxes. I think maybe I screenshotted it and put it up here and I'm misquoting it. But instead of doing that in the Q&A video, I decided to just make a program and give it to you guys so everybody can have it. I'm calling it the Run What You Brung OHP Program. Program is a loose term here. I would say it's more so a guideline than a program per se, because I am leaving a lot of it up to you guys to fill in some blanks. But the guideline and the format is there. There are some things that are rigid, of course. But there's some other things, again, that's going to be up to you guys to fill in the blanks. So let's just get right into it. It is 2 waves, and the wavelength, or the length of the wave, I shouldn't say wavelength, I guess, something else. The length of each wave is going to be different for the individual, and you're going to see why. So let's just get right into it. So day 1 is going to be OHP, of course. I want you to take 55 to 60%. I would even err, 55. Give yourself as much runway as possible. 55 to 60% of your 1 rep max. Do 4 sets of 5, and then do an AMRAP. After your AMRAP, drop the weight by 20% and do another AMRAP. That's all your working sets. For your accessory work, upper back and triceps. I am leaving the accessories up to you guys. This is up to you guys, but I want it to be upper back and triceps on this day. Whatever sets, rep schemes you want, what movements you want, up to you. Work hard, be at or near failure. 2 to 3 hard working sets per accessory you pick. Day 2, close grip bench press. 70% of your 1 rep max, 3 sets of 5. That's it. Then your accessories, I want shoulders and triceps. This day is, close grip bench press. So it's going to be heavier than what you're OHPing. Get a little bit of overload in there. And it's only going to be a 3x5 because you're doing a lot of volume on days 1 and 3. A lot of pressing volume. So it's going to mitigate some of that as well. So you're going to kind of get the best of both worlds there. Lower volume. And it's not like heavy either. But it's heavier than the weight you're handling with OHP is the thought process here on that. Your accessory, shoulders and triceps, much like day 1, sets, reps, whatever movements up to you. 2 to 3 hard working sets per accessory movement at or near failure. On day 3, back to OHP, and same as day 1. Whatever starting weight you picked on day 1 is going to be the weight that you use here on day 3. Same thing, 4 sets of 5, AMRAP with that weight, drop 20%, do another AMRAP. Accessory work, pecs and upper back. Same as your other accessory days. Sets, reps, movements, up to you guys. I want to see, 2 to 3 hard working sets per movement at or near failure. For the entirety of wave 1, I want you on the OHP days, add 5 pounds per week, not per session, per week. You're going to be using the same weight day 1 and day 3 on every week that you do wave 1. When you get 2 sessions in a row that have an AMRAP of under 10 reps, so 9 reps or less with the main weight, I want you to change to sets of 3. So it'd be 4 sets of 3 followed by an AMRAP, then dropping 20% and doing an AMRAP again. But that's 2 sessions in a row. So if you get 9 on a day 1, but then you get 11 on a day 3, add 5 pounds again the next week. If you get 11 on a day 1 and 8 on a day 3, add 5 pounds again the next week. All right. But now if you get a day 3, you get 9 reps, and a day 1 the following week, you get 7 reps. Keep that weight for day 3 of the following week. But even if you go back up to like 11 or 12, I don't care. Go down to triples for the week after that. Anytime that there's 2 sessions in a row, anywhere within wave 1 that you get, less than 10 reps. Whatever week follows after that, drop down to triples. All right. And then when you're doing your triples, same concept here. If you go 2 sessions in a row with an AMRAP of under 5 reps, then you go to wave 2. So it's pretty cut and dry. And what I want you to do on your close grip bench press, I want you to add 2 reps per set per week on close grip bench. And after the week of 9s, add 5 to 10 pounds at your discretion. So, the first week is a 3x5, week 2 would be 3x7, week 3 would be 3x9. However easy that set of 9s, that 3x9 is, if you feel it's super duper easy, add 10 pounds. If you feel like it's easy, but you still want to play it safe, just add 5 pounds. If it is super duper easy and you still want to play it safe anyway, just add 5 pounds. But if it is super duper easy and you want to push it a little bit, add 10 pounds. But the close grip bench press is not what we're working with here. It's not what we're working on. So it's not a priority. I would err on the side of 5 pounds no matter how easy it is. But if you just feel supremely confident, by all means, add 10 pounds. Chances are you're not going to get past 9s 3 times, I wouldn't imagine, maybe. But either way, just play it safe, because that day it's just about feeling heavier weight, getting a little bit of triceps work in, of course, but it's more so for the overload. But anyway, once you get those 2 sessions in a row under 5 reps, then you go to wave 2. So on wave 2, days 1 and 3 are going to stay exactly the same. The only difference I want you to do when you start wave 2 is start with 10 to 20 pounds more than what you started with for wave 1. So you went however many weeks you went through wave 1, whether it was 6 weeks or 12 weeks or 16 weeks, whatever the case may be, when you restart, add 10 to 20 pounds. This is going to differ, depending upon what level of strength you're at, how much progress you made, how advanced or not advanced you were, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I am, again, going to recommend erring on the 10-pound side of things versus the 20. Now, if you are kind of, early intermediate, late beginner, kind of still newbie, and you made a whole lot of gains through wave 1, and it's, going to be very easy for you to start with 15 or 20 pounds more, by all means. But I'm still going to say err on the side of 10s. Day 2, the only thing that's changing here really is you're going to do incline bench press instead of close grip bench press. And the reason for that, I want some overload, but this is going to be a little bit more specific as it's a closer angle to the OHP. Same thing. This is when you get 2 sessions in a row that are under 10 reps with the main weight, proceed with sets of 3. And when 2 sessions in a row produce an AMRAP of under 5 reps with the main weight, I would recommend running a peaking program if that's what you want to do. If you want to see what this did for your 1 rep max, I would run a peaking program. I recommend the Dreadnought OHP program. I'll probably put a link to it in the description somewhere. I ran this program myself. This is something I've done. I've got a whole playlist with all the sessions, every movement I did, and I ended with a 350-pound OHP after running this peaking program. So that's what I suggest if you're going to go test your 1 rep max. I would also recommend doing a deload, probably taking a week off before that, because it's 3 times a week overhead press. You did a lot of pressing volume with this program that I put out there. And the OHP, the Dreadnought OHP program, also has you doing a lot of pressing. So you might want to give yourself a week break before doing so. If you don't want to do that, if you like the results you're getting with running this program / guideline, you can reset again. And what you can do from this point on that day 2, you can put in whatever overload movement you like. If you want to put in push presses, that would be a good option there. If you want to put in seated overhead press and get even more specific with it, that's an option there. If you want to put regular bench press, Larson press, day 2, anything that's overloading, that's letting you go heavier, you can do that. This is also something where if you wanted to do log presses instead of OHP, I don't see why you couldn't do that. The same concepts apply. I would, put your log presses on days, 1 and 3, and then have your overloads on day 2 and run it like that. Again, extremely customizable. Did this, like I said, it's titled a program, but it's more a guideline and customizable and up to you guys. But I wanted to put this out there. Thank you for asking that question. Again, this is why I did this as its own video. I did not want to take up a whole Q&A and take away from the other questions that got asked, because I couldn't do this quickly in a short enough manner. I'm sure I could have come up with something like, oh, you just need to up your OHP volume if you want to get stronger at OHP and up the intensity, and given the generic answer. But it was a good opportunity to put something together and give back a little bit. And again, I think this is, it's pretty standard. It's easy to follow. It's basic concepts. It's, when my clients see this, they're going to see a lot of, what I do with them is kind of ingrained in this. Obviously what I do with them is more customized to them with the movements. But they're used to kind of some of these kind of progressions in what I do dole out to them in a lot of scenarios. But again, guys, Merry Christmas. I would love to see you guys giving this a go, letting me know what it's done for you. Obviously, it's going to take some time to see any sort of results like it does with anything. But I wanted to put something out there that had some structure to it, but wasn't like, oh, you must do this, exactly this. I think leaving a little bit of subjectivity to it makes it easier to adhere to. And when you can adhere to something and buy into something, that's when you're going to get results. So Merry Christmas, guys. Peace.